Hello, everyone. This is a What's Sold July 8th through July 14th of 2018. Now, I've seen other people do these videos, and I thought I would do one just kind of for myself so that I can take a look back and see how successful I've been in a visual kind of way because I love videos myself. And so I wanted to share what I sold on a week to week basis. Now, I'm a new seller. I started at the middle of April, and my sales have consistently been going up, but I will say during the glitched time at the beginning of July, I had about 4 or 5 days where I had absolutely no sales. And I did really good in June, but for some reason, it was like my store was totally turned off. So I just took the opportunity to just keep on listing and try not to take it personal. And then the sales started coming in again. And this actually was kind of my best weekend so far. So for some people, this might not be a lot of sales, but for me, it is kind of picking up. And this is just for 1 week. So I sold 11 items this week, again, July 8th through the 14th. And so this was the first item that sold this week. This is a William Gilbert mantle clock. I bought it from an estate sale for $10. And when I brought it home, unfortunately, I discovered that it didn't work. I wouldn't say it's a rookie mistake, but I kind of look at things as a learning experience whenever I bring things home and they're not as I wanted them to be. I listed it anyway. I put it up as a film prop or parts or repair, and I learned that from posting some items for repair over on Amazon as well. I put it up for $39.99. Someone made me an offer of $32 and I accepted. So I put into the description everything that was wrong with it. I put as is. And for things of this nature, I put that I do not take returns. So normally I take returns, but on things like this where it's as is, then I don't accept returns. And I already got a review on this, and the person was very happy with this particular item. Next, we have a women's Under Armour capri pants. And these, someone made me an offer of $17. I believe I paid about $5 for these, which is kind of higher. Again, it's kind of a rookie mistake because I just started. It was new with tags. They made me an offer of $17 and I accepted, and they sold. Next, we have some vintage estate sale buttons. I bought a few huge bags of buttons. Every time I see vintage buttons, I pick them up because I'm kind of a crafter as well. So I know that the crafters in the crafting community, they love vintage buttons. So whenever I can pick them up, I pick them up, and I actually lotted them up into 100 buttons to a pack. So I sold one pack for $9.99. And I was really pleased about that because I have lots more buttons that I can sell. So you can see it's just some beautiful vintage buttons here. Next, I have a Black& Decker cordless rechargeable scissors, which I didn't even know existed. But when I told my brother how successful I had been with selling things over on eBay, he ran home and he brought me these out of his garage. And so I didn't have to pay anything for these. And someone made me an offer of $40 and I accepted. So I'll be giving my brother that money. He didn't really give it to me to get for me to sell for him, but I'm going to give him money less the fees back for this. Next, I sold some vintage knee pads, and these are for like construction workers. I actually have someone in my family who is a retired carpenter, and they gave me these. And these sold for full asking price of $24.99. Next, we have Coca-Cola, a Coca-Cola shirt, and I absolutely love this shirt. I love the design that was on here, and I picked this up for less than $1, probably like around 75 cents to 50 cents, and someone made me an offer of $12.25. I accepted, and I'm still waiting on the payment for this. I believe the person that actually picked this up, their payment was declined. I sent them a few invoices, and so it'll be going into case mode probably by the end of today. I'll be opening up an unpaid item case for this, so this can go back on the virtual rack, so to speak. Next, we have a McCall's Cooking School book, and this is just filled with tons of recipes. And I had someone who contacted me in the middle of the night to ask me if a certain recipe was in here. Even though I'm on the West Coast, I'm sorry, on the East Coast, and people seem to purchase from me late at nighttime. So I always know, even if it's crickets during the day, I'll usually have one or two sales, and they're usually in the middle of the night. So I always hear the cha-ching in the middle of the night. So I did get up and I took a picture of the recipe that she requested and let her know that it was available and that I could send the book out immediately the next morning. And because I go do my shipping every day as well, and it sold that morning for a full asking price of $9.99. And I got this book for 50 cents. I don't think I mentioned that. So next we have the Skechers Men Oxford shoes, and I know you're saying, this price is so low and those shoes look so good. Well, another rookie mistake is I didn't check these shoes really well. I got them from a hospital thrift store. And what I noticed when I got home was that the shoes had some peeling on the tongue that you see here. And so I really didn't know if anybody would pay more for these, and it kind of sat on the floor for a while because I was a bit disappointed in myself. But I said, I'm going to list them anyway. I just would like to get my money back for them. So they sold for full asking price of $9.99. I paid $5 for them. So I did get my money back for these. But I didn't really make a profit. But that is fine. They're out of the house because they were really big shoes. 10.5, 10 and a halves. So next I have this vintage Mahjong game, and I sold these as replacement towels. I thought I bought the full game from an estate sale. They wanted $35 for the game, and I paid them $25 for it. But again, when I got home, I found out that the game didn't have all the pieces to it. So it kind of sat in the room for a few weeks, and then I pulled it out and I said, look, let me just try to part this out, basically, which is kind of a really good strategy that I've been doing. If I have something that's broken or things that I can kind of part out, I've really had a lot of success doing that. So this game, I was able to break this into 4 parts, and I sold one of the packs of towels for the full asking price of $19.99. So that was really nice. And then I had the Starbucks mugs. When I first started, of course, I watched lots of videos from YouTubers and listened, and people were talking about the Starbucks mugs. But I think they are that eBay is really saturated with the Starbucks mugs right now. I originally had this up for $25.99, and I brought the price down on it. And although it was on sale at this time, someone made me an offer of $18.50. Actually, they made me an offer of $15.99. And I told them I would take $18.50 for it, and it's sold. So I think sometimes you have to come down on your prices. I have more of these mugs. I actually paid like $6 for this. So I didn't make a ton of money on it, but I did make some money on it, and that's a win. And it shows movement within the store as well, so I like that. So these are all of the things that sold on eBay for July 14th. I also want to say that I am a full-time eBayer at this time. I feel like I'm getting kind of like part-time paid doing it because my items have started selling slowly. But again, they are picking up, and I'll just keep on listing even with all of these glitches, and I should be fine. I also have an Etsy store where I sell journaling type of items. It's a whole kind of different crowd over there. But this is what sold for this week, and I hope to keep these videos up.